And it's another fairly nice day across the region. We have lots of blue skies and sunshine. More notably, though, it is a bit warmer as you're stepping outside. So live look right now in Carbondale, just seeing a couple of those clouds here and there, but mostly just those blue skies. Temperatures already hitting 80 degrees and it's not even noon yet. That dew point also slowly getting to that uncomfortable level into the 60s. So definitely going to be warmer today across the board for southern Illinois in those upper 70s, but a few areas like Carbondale, they're already hitting that 80 degrees. But we have 79 for Pinckneyville, Benton, and Marion. Seeing more of the same right now for SEMO. A couple more 80s though. 81 in Sykeston and Malden. Poplar Bluff though right at 80 and a bit cooler, at least for Fredericktown, in the upper 70s. Western Kentucky, more of those 70s on the board. So a couple degrees cooler. Mayfield in that comfortable range of mid 70s. So across the board today though, those highs all climbing up into the 80s. So definitely unseasonably warm. That trend, at least for the short term, has returned. By this afternoon and into the evening, we're seeing highs somewhere in those mid 80s. Lots of sunshine expected, just a little bit of a breeze out of the northeast. So today we're still just trending a bit warmer than typical for this time of year. And then into Thursday and Friday, we've got that fairly weak cold front moving through pretty shortly, and that's actually going to cool us down. It's going to knock the humidity down as well, but it is fairly short-lived for by the weekend. We're back up into the pretty warm conditions, and that chance for some isolated storms also return. So tracking a couple of scattered clouds here and there by this evening, though. Even with the clouds, we're staying fairly warm in those mid 80s. Overnight tonight, slowly dipping back down into the 70s and then the 60s, but still fairly mild. So if you're starting your day fairly early for your Thursday, temperatures across the board somewhere in those 60s. Some areas like Harrisburg, upper 50s. This time tomorrow, a bit cooler. So we are seeing that notably cooler air. We have mid 70s for southern Illinois, 80s for our southernmost areas. And then by tomorrow evening, still a bit cooler down into the 60s. So today, again, we're unseasonably warm. We have highs running about 6 degrees above our average high. By Thursday and Friday, we see that nice cool down come as we're down into the 70s and then right in time for the weekend. So maybe some good news if you have some maybe pool activities. It's going to be pretty warm. We're back up into the 80s with Memorial Day getting pretty close to what we're feeling today in those mid 80s. So as far as the humidity goes, we do see that nice break as the front moves through. We're down into the 40s as far as dew points go for Friday. So definitely going to be one of the better days to get outside and enjoy it. So maybe if you need to get maybe some outside activities done, Friday's a great chance to do so. Great to have the Storm Track 3 app. We're still tracking a couple of those isolated pop-up storms, but for the better part of most of these days, we're staying dry until Memorial Day weekend. So of course, would be nice to have that Storm Track 3 app for the holiday. As far as the next couple of days go, we're somewhere in those mid to upper 70s with a nice cool down on the way. By the weekend, back up into the 80s, tracking that chance for a couple of isolated storms into the end of the weekend and the next work week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into the latter end of next week. Looking pretty toasty up into the 80s.
Hey, you know what? I like the warm weather. It's nice to me, so I'll definitely be soaking up the sunshine in the outdoors.
Yeah, as long as the humidity stays away, I'm good.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Kate.